свои ворота тем временем загасить целых 4 шайбы команде Японии. Также Канада выиграл Соединенные Штаты Америки. Не очень нерешительно, но 1-0 было достаточно, чтобы продвинуться дальше. В один прекрасный момент Канада встретилась со Швейцарией 8-2. Ну и как завершатся события сегодня, повторятся ли события 8 марта, где мы одержали победу 4-2, мы скоро узнаем. feels like what is going to happen to them as we will learn in the next couple of minutes.
Ну а сейчас предлагаю вернуться в день вчерашний и узнать, что за события были вчера. Все внимание на наш экран.
Take a look on the screen, we have interesting for you.
Добрый вечер, дамы и господа. Рад вас приветствовать на финальном матче женского хоккейного турнира 29-й зимней универсиады Красноярск-2019. Встречаются команды России и Канады. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Krasnoyarsk 2019 Winter Universiade Women's Hockey Tournament final game between Russia and Canada. Представляем участников сегодняшнего матча. Here are the rosters for both teams. Состав команды хозяев сборная России играет в белых цветах. Вратарь команды The Goalkeepers. Номер 92 Надежда Морозова, 92. Номер 30 Валерия Меркушева. Полевые игроки Field Players. Номер 12 Нина Пирогова. Номер 70 Анна Шибанова, капитан команды The Captain. Номер 17 Фадуза Кадирова. Номер 23 Анна Тимофеева. Номер 89 Валерия Павлова. Номер 8 Диана Ганеева. Номер 19 Елена Проворова. 68 номер Алевтина Штарева. Номер 59 Елена Дергачева. Номер 97 Анна Шойкина. Номер 76 76 Екатерина Николаева. Номер 37 37 Анастасия Чистякова. 94 94 Евгения номер 79-79, Ландыш Фарятова. Главный тренер команды «Хед-коуч» Алексей Чистяков. Состав команды гостей сборной Канады играет в красные цвета. Roster for visiting team of Canada playing in red jerseys. Over the ground, the goalkeepers. Номер 31, 31, Jessica Vance. Номер 1, Juan Waltz, Levering Ryan. Полевые игроки, field players. Номер 6, 6, Annabelle Flaubert. Номер 16, 16, Natalie Sterling. Номер 10, 10, Taylor Weber. Номер 17, 17, Lauren Stratton. Номер 23, 23, Danny Blair. Номер 33, Leah Walker. 11, 11, Cassandra David. Номер 15, 15, Maureen McCann. Номер 20, 20, Melody Bouchard. Номер 19, 19, Caitlin Wilby, капитан команды, the captain. Номер 27, 25, Christine Problem. Номер 9, 9, Kelly Chandler. 27, 27, Eilish Fulford. 26, 26, Kathleen Villeneuve. 18, 18, Tricia von Verberg. Номер 28, 20, Marika Militioy. Номер 21, 21, Andy Lill. Номер 7, Cassidy Navarez.
Hello and welcome to Arena Seva for the final time at the 29th Universiade. All is in readiness for the gold medal match in women's ice hockey. A breezy but clear evening in Krasnoyarsk as the 29th Universiade draws to a close tomorrow. It's just -1 degree outside. That's pretty mild for this time of year in this part of the world, in central southern Siberia. And the Russian fans are eagerly awaiting this match to see if they can successfully defend the title they took against this very same team, Canada, 2 years ago. So they both won their semi-finals in pretty impressive fashion. About 2,500 fans in. And quite interesting, they find themselves against the same team as in Almaty, Kazakhstan. These teams met as recently as last Friday in pool play, and it was a 4-2 win for the Russian Federation. They were probably better than that. And so Canada defeating Japan 5-1, the Russian Federation 10-0 over the United States. They are a goal-scoring machine. A red machine is what they call themselves on their jerseys, and they are machine-like in both attack and defence. They have scored 55 goals to 3. So 2 10-0 wins over the United States has certainly boosted their for and against. Switzerland and China also copped a bit of a hiding from the productive Russian offense. And Canada through with 4 wins and that 1 loss to the Russian Federation, and 5-1 against Japan. A victory they set up pretty early. They were up 3-0 at the end of the first period. So a sprinkling of Canadian fans here, but overwhelmingly they're here to see if the Russian Federation can deliver. They've got a squad bristling with Olympians from last year in Pyeongchang. Canada not so. They don't bring as much experience. They haven't included any players at senior representative level. So on that information alone, you have to favour the Russian Federation to back up their win from last Friday and do it again in the gold medal game, which is just minutes away.
Please rise for the anthem of the International University Sports Federation. Thank you.
A tune that has echoed around the chambers of universities for a couple of hundred years now. Gaudiamus. And our officials always like to wish them a good game. Julia Keinberger, I think, is from Austria, not Australia, but it's not too important right now as the shake of the hands between Shabanova and Willoughby. Morozova will be the goalkeeping duties for the Russian Federation. She's outstanding. But it's interesting, it was Makusheva who was goalkeeper in the semi-final. Vance, likewise for Canada, she's outstanding also. I think in that match against the Russians last Friday, it could have been a lot worse than 4-2. Just rotating the goaltenders, happy to do that, is Alexander Vedenikov and Alexei Chistyakov. Getting ready for the drop of the puck, and McCann, pretty useful player with 6 goals. And Pavlova, though, really one to watch and enjoy. She's so productive, 10 goals, 3 assists. Let's see how quickly. Oh, it's just off the skate of the referee there. Then cannons off the back of the goal, so a kind of an awkward start, really. But they'll settle into their work quite quickly. Pavlova shoots it high. And a physical challenge in the corner. They're not going to be left wondering if they're tough enough, Canada. Take it up to the Russian Federation if they're to have any chance. They've got to exert some kind of presence on the ice. That's pushed away by Shabanova. And Canada doing a good job, or not far away from deflecting it into the goal. Canada with a couple of really good chances early. McCann right there. And it's just pushed out beyond the blue line. Well done by Kadyrova to delay the Canadian next attack. They come in once more. Oh, through the legs of the Russian defender and tidied up now by Ganyeva. Russians really been put under some pressure here in the opening moments. Really the first minute and a half belonging to Canada. Now down behind the Canadian goal. And Stareva there in 68 for the Russian team. Shot coming, you know it, but in the way was Balkin. The moment of defence for the Canadians early, putting their bodies on the line for the shots at goal from the powerful Russian sticks. Kristiakova fires it up to centre ice, and is Bratasheva defending Gentile. Nothing gentle about it. It's a turnover, and again the Russians quickly dispossessed in a dangerous part. Villeneuve. 6 goals, 5 assists for Villeneuve. Really one to watch for Canada if she gets any open opportunities. And Berg caught in the corner by 2 defenders. They look a bit off their game at the moment, the Russian Federation. Here's a chance. And that's one taken by Stratman, but wasn't too powerful a shot. And Jupina did well to keep upright on the skates. All but overbalanced, chasing the puck. There she is again, squabbling forward on the boards. Jupina and against Dodelin. 3 minutes gone. Cracking pace to this gold medal game. If it stays like this for 60 minutes, we'll all go away happy, highly entertained. But there's got to be a winner and a loser, of course. And they got the icing call there. Canada with a couple of terrific chances. Villeneuve delayed a shot to the last second, as just dropping the thigh on it was Morozova. And the shot from Faliakova. Pumped back into the corner by Wolf. Canada playing it along the boards, and it's out past the blue line, so they get reset. Wolf. Minor line change for both teams as it's down in this corner. Wolf up to centre ice again. And Naboris chases it to the corner, but there first was Wolf. Deflected off a stick. It's going to favour Russian Federation there with Batalova. Kadyrova loves to shoot, but lays that one off. To Pavlova. Nothing on at that time. Kadyrova and Pavlova, 5 goals between them yesterday against the United States. Pavlova just toppled over there on that far side. And a chance for both teams to refresh the lineups. There's Villeneuve in 26. Out of the University of Moncton in New Brunswick. Villeneuve. Down she goes. Throws the stick at the skate of the disappearing Russian. Yeah, tripping. I'm sorry, Katrin. So the first penalty play of the game could be costly. And it nearly was immediately. Ganyeva just traps it with the skates, and here she has it again. Plays it down, line to the point. 5-on-4 for the Russian Federation. You'd back them to score, considering how productive they can be, but they weren't quite so good on the power play against Canada a few days ago. Turned it over here and dumping it to the empty corner to buy some seconds. Canada a smart play there. Still 70 seconds on the power play for Russia. Kadyrova across. Timofeyeva chases it down. Now they get set further out and looking for the deflection off Kadyrova. Played in by Rogova that time. And the face-off will be in the Canadian defensive end. Kadyrova looking for a deflection. It was earlier for Pavlova. Tucked in again and pushed over there. Timofeyeva. She gets to her feet. Well, what might have been. Still 45 on the power play. In the bin is Villeneuve. Player that Canada can ill afford to be without, at least in attack. Timofeyeva. Stanwood sees it away. Pavlova, plenty of defence around her. There always needs to be. Horogova. Pavlova just lost it there, not once but twice and thrice, and that's made it a little bit easier for Canada to wind down this power play. Shabanova. Who will not be impressing the Russian coach, Chistyakov. This has been a poor power play, and they are back to full strength, Canada. Villeneuve comes straight out and straight away receives the puck. Canada back into attack with a full strength line. Them change a few players now as we into 7 minutes into the game. Nothing to show for it on the scoreboard yet. Both teams showing a great willingness to attack. And that was nearly Bouchard getting the first. Right in the face of Morozova. Berg tidying up for Canada, bringing it up to centre ice. Evades a couple. Takes a risk there against Starovoitova. Chop at the puck, and there's a few around it. Canada under pressure back there, but now it's Balkan. And see it away. Not far enough. Starovoitova was there. Wolf comes kindly forward for the Russians here. 2-on-1, and the keeper has been barreled. Vance takes a heavy knock. Dobradieva there. And Dobradieva from Khabarovsk. Dobradieva didn't do too much to take anything out of the challenge on the keeper. I guess you don't expect to. And GK as they're signified on the start sheets here, other than goaltender, if that's the term you're used to. I made the point during the bronze medal game that here at these Universiade matches, the custodians in goal are referred to as keepers. Goalies, if you like goaltender, you'll still know what I mean. Line change for the Canadians. Opportunely done. Here goes Shokina. Plenty of defence around her. Good save. Forced after the shot from Stareva. The Vance being kept busy in the Canadian goal. Rebounds out to Rogova. Rogacheva had her hands full there, so she has to retreat now. She's heading off to be replaced. Shabanova plays it back. Well anticipated by the defence, though. Pirogova up to the centre ice. Canadians have it once more. Nobody on the end of that pass, though. And Shabanova has it again. Got Pavlova for support, but Pavlova wants to get into a forward position. Timofeeva and icing. Some pretty good moments for both teams through the first 9.5 minutes, 9 minutes 16. Canada well in this. Willoughby giving as good as she gets there from Nadezhda Wolf. Bouchard takes it around behind the goal. Gets a stick caught. Chance at the steal here for the Russian Federation, but they get back quickly enough. There's Willoughby, especially. Dumped down into attacking third by McCann. Another line change for the Canadians and also for the Russians. Tisheva plays it down to the available player, and the shot is blocked from Kulishova. Vance does a good job. Kulishova asked the question of Vance, and she had the answer. So halfway through the first period. Nine shots to 6 so far. And the Russian Federation just for 3 more. Stacey Colarossi having some encouraging words to the Canadian lineup. They've not conceded. That's a good sign early. Concerned look on that Canadian fan. Bratisheva in for the face-off for the Russian Federation. And Villeneuve won quite nicely by the Russian Federation. They're very efficient. It's getting a bit willing. So the temperature is rising in the Arena Seva. Russia not enjoying the dominance they had against the USA in their semi-final, that's for sure. Canada, a different proposition. It would have been no less than they were expecting. This puck is stolen in centre ice there by Dobrodayeva. Starovoitova comes in to help. And Willoughby takes it away. Berg, second defender, does the job on the Canadian, but Berg still there looking for the spill out of there. Comes up off the glass. Well, it's perspex, of course, but I think you know what I mean. Batalova, deflected shot. Canada up to centre ice once more. And Balkan, a lone run. McCann, shot bounces off the keeper. Just not able to get a good glove on it and secure possession. Morozova in goal for the Russian Federation, but they're on the break now. Shotkina just pops it up, rather unusual style, behind the goal. And nobody was getting a stick on that. Must have been 15, 20 feet in the air. Starovatua. Canada crashing through the defence. Bouchard has to pull up. And Ganyeva with a bit of help. Cross to Starova. Playing themselves patiently out of trouble. Starova. And Vance stopping the shot from Pavlova. Pavlova just avoids the stick of the defender, but can't avoid Vance. Pavlova at 178 centimetres, quite tall in this Russian lineup. A lot of long levers and a very fast stick from Pavlova, who scored 3 in the first period against the Americans yesterday. Boost her goal tally. 7:20 left in the first. Gold medal game, and it's the Russian Federation in the white shirts taking on Canada. And a replay of the gold medal game from 2 years ago in the previous Universiade in Kazakhstan. Won that day 4-1 by the Russian Federation. They got a dozen players backing up from that game and 11 from last year's Winter Olympics. So they are the ones with the experience at senior level. Rogova. Too much defence there. Too many sticks in to deny her. Backpedaling effectively, Canada, to give themselves time and space. Towards their own goal, though. And the Russians making a line change. They weren't in a position to press too high. Soft turnover, centre ice. Someone's lost a stick. It's pushed over to the boards very casually by Dergacheva. Save having to be made there by Morozova. Stick still on the ice. Not causing a problem to anybody. McCann. Ganyeva escorts her into the corner and dispossesses her. And somehow got it away. Neatly done, Dergacheva. Starova. Open shot. Couldn't be taken. And that time it was Shopkina. Got a couple of goals. Didn't get a third. Certainly plenty of attention being paid there to Thioret, trying to take that shot. Ratisheva. Backed away from it now. Now she's got it again. Teammate did well. Ratisheva drawn a couple of defenders in there. And that's opened up the space and the opportunity to shoot. Tie up the defenders behind the goal or on the boards. And if you can squeeze it out quickly. Jupina. No. Ratisheva also denied. Oh, that's a bit sloppy, but they were making a couple of changes. Nikolaeva not expecting too much out of that gentle push towards the opposition goalie. Canada squeezed against the boards. They look up for a penalty. They don't get it. Federation looking to use the boards to escape, and they've done that. Forfar goes back. And we'll have an icing there. Come back to the attacking end for the Russian Federation. Starova just lost track of it for a moment and got a nice nudge in the back. And it was Van Verenberg who had the squeeze on. And she looked back towards the referee asking, surely you can find some help for me there. No whistle. Kadyrova. Might have been deflected. I don't think that would have been a chosen option to go into that corner. Another shot bounces out to the neutral zone, so Canada take their fortune. I'd like to have seen that cleanly taken by Morozova. Attempt from Berg, and there's a penalty coming. It'll be in favour of the Russian Federation. They get the extra player on. Let's see what they can do here. Empty net's okay for the team awarded the penalty. And Rogacheva lays it off. Still got the extra field player out. 6 on 5 essentially. There's a lot of traffic around the goal. They'll do. This is delayed penalty is taking some time to accrue. Russians playing keepings off at the moment while they look for a good shot. Shopkina, and still they have it. Ganyeva, she wants a try. Ganyeva again. This is amazing possession retention by the Russian Federation. 2 minutes 50 left. Still got a delayed penalty favouring the Russian Federation. As Dogacheva takes it down again. Shopkina. It's played off the frame of the goal, I think, that time. And finally, the penalty can be imposed on Canada. Wow, what a passage of play that was. You have to wait a long time to see a team keep possession in that situation with the delayed penalty. And Berg is off to the box for that hit. And there were numerous opportunities here for the Russian Federation. Interference, the call on Annie Berg out of Brock University in St Catharines, Ontario. 5 on 4. And that last minute, crazy minute for the Russian Federation, I suppose, was like a power play of 6 on 5. That's the empty net. Pavlova. I'll tell you what, she's doing a good job, Jessica Vance, from the University of Saskatchewan. Pavlova gets looks like this. She often takes them nicely, but on a fairly sharp 40-degree angle, I suppose. As a young fan, I wonder if that toddler will turn into a hockey player. Too young to have to go to school tomorrow, so a late night is fine. One dribbles across the face of goal. Minute 50 left in this first period. It's been a very entertaining one. Morogova plays it across. Might come back to her. Inching in towards the goal. And the defenders just didn't come out towards Shabanova. She was inching in closer and closer. Remember, Canada short-handed. There's still a minute left on the and 6 left on the power play. Minute 41 in the first. I'll go to the break with their heads up if they can see it to 0-0 Canada. Russian Federation with far more shots on goal. Another one that can't find the net. Gee, they're having some opportunities. Batalova plays it across. Morogova waiting in the middle. Doesn't come to her. And caught behind goal once more. And Dogacheva, one of those in there, along with Shokina. And they squeeze the puck free. Batalova. No. Doesn't like the angle. Waiting for the defenders to get caught out. Batalova leaves. Oh, it's behind Batalova. And that should just about see Canada returned to full strength. Well, still 7 seconds left. Puck pops back into centre ice, and have a short-handed shot themselves, Canada. Now they're back to full strength for the last 30 seconds of the first period of the gold medal game. The Russian Federation has not lost a game. They've been in sweet control of the puck the whole of this first period. Laid off by Pavlova, comes around behind the goal. She's down. There's Vance, Pavlova and Kadyrova. Well, Kadyrova with arms out saying, I didn't do anything. McCann there for Canada. Kadyrova is pushed out of the way in the end by Faubert. 12 seconds, can be enough. Face off deep in Canadian territory. Kadyrova is bashed into the boards. She's quickly up without complaint. And they're squabbling for it, along with Shabanova. And that'll be it. Nice feisty end of the first period. No goals. Canada survive. And the shots are about 20 to 11 by my count. So 0-0 at the end of the first period. Daudelin first off. Plenty of discussion, I'm sure, for both coaches. They'd be well pleased not to have conceded, as the shots 20 to 11. 4 minutes of penalties for the Canadians, and face-offs pretty even, but the majority of shots enjoyed by the Russian Federation. They're looking good for it. They just haven't scored yet. The Canadians can smile for the moment. They're not behind. Have a look at some of the action out of the first. Well, the puck certainly looked like it crossed the line there, and that's why Kadyrova was protesting. So I wonder if that's a bit of hard luck coming the way of the Russian Federation. We'll be back soon.
Мы все из
перед шагом неизведанным тебя оставляют только сомнения. На этом пути главное подает тебе силу, уверенность, чувство превосходства. Есть пределы, которых не достичь одному. Кроссовер Hyundai с тобой заодно. Hyundai.
Huawei, ведущий мировой поставщик информационных и коммуникационных решений, использует новые технологии, диверсифицированные бизнес-модели, повышая их ценность для наших заказчиков. Новая, подвижная, гибкая и безопасная платформа ИКТ обеспечивает нашим клиентам простой и быстрый переход к цифровым технологиям во всех областях.
Компания «Норвегия», генеральный партнер Зимней универсиады-2019 в Красноярске, представляет всероссийский флешмоб «Smiling Siberia». На протяжении нескольких месяцев от чемпионата мира по футболу до универсиады сибиряки и жители всей страны согревали мир своими улыбками, выкладывая фотографии с ними в социальных сетях. Улыбайтесь друг другу. Это хорошая привычка.
Улыбайтесь друг другу, это хорошая привычка. Это явно хорошая привычка. И прямо сейчас мы рекомендуем вам улыбаться друг другу прямо в камеру. Взгляните на экраны, если вы увидите себя, то это самое подходящее подарить нам момент немного сибирского тепла от ваших сердец. Улыбайтесь и шлите нам воздушные поцелуи. Найдите, где наш коварный оператор и подарите нам пару воздушных поцелуев. О, это кто у нас здесь? Воздушные поцелуи от себя, дружище, дальше не перекладывайте работу на свою подругу. О, спасибо вам за ваше щедрое. Какой еще мы посвятим наш сегодняшний экран? Только дайте знать нашим операторам. И хватит, вы это не... О, кто у нас здесь? Воздушные поцелуи. Каждый из вас должен нам целую тонну этих поцелуев. Огромное спасибо вам. Мы будем согревать эту настоящую зиму. О, и у нас есть кроссовки здесь, которые также не жадничают на воздушные поцелуи. Огромное вам спасибо. В плане начала подсказывается, кого эти кроссовки сегодня болеют. И это трио! Шикарные шляпы и воздушные поцелуи от очаровательной девушки. Суровый джентльмен оставил свои воздушные поцелуи для себя. Однако здесь есть много людей, которые дарят нам в сердцах воздушные поцелуи. И просто Маша. Огромное вам спасибо за вашу энергию, за ваш позитив, за ваше тепло, за ваши воздушные поцелуи. Кто у нас здесь? Это было прямо в наше сердце. Огромное спасибо вам. Давайте взглянем, кто же еще сегодня. Огромное спасибо вам за ваши воздушные поцелуи. У нас неограниченное количество, где мы можем собрать. О, кто у нас здесь? Спасибо вам, не жадничайте. Кто у нас здесь? Спасибо и вам за вашу энергию.
Да. Поцелуй это великолепно. Друзья, давайте сейчас одновременно все пошлем один массовый поцелуй нашему замечательному волонтеру, который сейчас с пушкой в руках. Готовы? Стреляем воздушный поцелуй прямо в него. 3-4. Да, потому что сейчас всем вернем, будет решать, в какую сторону полетит подарок кому-то из вас. Но прежде всего, один вопрос, какая трибуна громче? Вот это или вот это? Сейчас узнаем. Итак, вот эта трибуна. 3-4. Еще быстрее. Вот эта трибуна. 3-4. Допустим, итак, друзья, вот эта трибуна была громче, но у нас есть три части в этой трибуне. Давайте попробуем, насколько шумно будет вот эта часть. Хорошо, внимание, центр. Отлично, вот эта часть. Есть некие сомнения, еще раз, вот эта часть. И вот это.
Welcome back to Arena Seva. Getting set for the second period of the gold medal game between the Russian Federation and Canada. It's 0-0 at the moment. 20 shots to 11 though. And face-offs also favouring the Russian Federation slightly, 8-7. And a very controversial moment late in that first period when the puck seemed to cross the line of the Canadian goal. It wasn't given. All sorts of headwear available. Let's have a look at some of the pictures and images of this first period and the people enjoying it. She's been pretty busy in goal, has Jessica Vance. She's done a great job to keep out the Russian attack through the first 20 minutes. Everyone's having a great time. It's a full house at the Arena Seva. It's been a pretty physical encounter, and we might see at the very end of this little highlights package the moment we're talking about, with the puck seemingly crossing the line, but there was not a decision in favour of the Russian Federation. So I think the whistle may already have gone. Kadyrova didn't think so. Anyway, the score stands at 0-0. An overhead shot seemed to suggest that if the whistle hadn't gone, it could well have been a goal. But as I once heard it said, if ifs and buts were sweets and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. It didn't happen, so it's 0-0. 20 shots to 11 and nothing for it. Timofeyeva loitering around centre ice. We'll see who comes up to take the face-off. Pirogova in 13. It does look like Timofeyeva. And perhaps Stratman. Still 15 seconds left before we can get the second period underway. Earlier, Japan secured the bronze medal in overtime in sensational style, defeating the USA 2-1. It's 0-0 here. Stratman and Timofeyeva go at it at the start of the second period. Russian Federation left to right. Canada in the red shirts. And as always, the prominent maple leaf on their uniform. That one just got away. Now Shibanova. Vance makes the save, and she's immediately under pressure. Shibanova gathers it up once more. They had Pavlova open at the blue line, chose not to use her, and not much came of that attack. And now Canada can start to press. Pavlova back to defend this time. And a chance here for Dergacheva. Spills to the empty corner. Bouchard for Canada. Back along the boards. And Stareva was there. Really having to play a physical style, Canada, to escape the clutches of the Russian attack. They've got to meet them on physical terms. Say that in women's hockey there's supposed to be a little less contact. I haven't seen it here. It's been full on. And the players have not complained. And the officials have been in reasonably good control of it. Shokina. And the chance is over the top from Dergacheva. She could at least have put it on target. She was well above the head of Vance with that shot. Bouchard. Bouchard wraps around. Canada playing it to where it really wasn't. teammate in good position, so the Russian Federation has got the defence bring it out to centre ice. Whoa! Dupina coming together there with Berg. And I'm not surprised that it's Berg who's off to the penalty bin. Yeah, she was putting the opponent in danger here. Just cleaned up Dupina. Just dropped the shoulder in. And Stacey Colarossi has to work short-handed. See what she can do from the sidelines. Only so much. 5-on-4. Russian Federation well due to score with the amount of shots they've had. And it is Canada with a nice little fortuitous rebound off the boards. Not afraid to press high with 4-on-5. Shabanova. Up along the boards they come. Back out past the blue line. And just neutralise again. Canada doing a great job here. A little lack of organisation in the offensive Russia at the moment. Pavlova lays it back. Sloppy touch in the centre again. And Canada soak up the seconds. Play the puck to where nobody is. 70 seconds left on the power play. Pavlova looks up. Who's there? Logacheva goes high once more. Except in the attacking zone. Shokina. Ganyeva. Shtareva. And across the face it goes. Shokina again, just looking for the right option. Play it behind the goal. Is the way at the moment. Across to Ganyeva. Shtareva waiting in front of the goal. Crowd getting a bit impatient. I think that the Russian Federation should have scored by now. Shokina. Ganyeva must shoot. And it's one kept out by Vance once more. This defence is good if they frustrate to the Russian Federation for long enough. And they could get one on the counter. Vance drops to the knees. Looks after it. Kadyrova clattering into her opponent there. And that being a Weber. Kotalova goes back. Just not stringing the passes together so well this evening. It's against better opposition. The Canadians seem to have learnt from their last encounter, which the Russian Federation won 4-2. This is a solid effort from them. Puck doesn't seem to be wanting to go anywhere. Got half of both teams over the puck trying to dig it out. Now it's free. Canada turn it over once more. Good job. And Shtareva. Really, Canada's put to the Russian Federation off their game. Centre ice once more. The Canadians able to stop the advance. Polyakova's on the Russian Federation at the moment. Just won't fall for them. And so Stanwood sends it back up towards the blue line as it looks like it's a penalty coming. No, it's been waved off. Oh, slamming into the goal. There's Dobrodayeva. She's okay. The goal needs reattaching. Dobrodayeva. Well, she was assisted into the goal there really by Stanwood. Canada, and they move it away here. They've got Stratman trying to do just that. Also Balkan. A little bit optimistic trying to pick up Hilashova with that pass when there are two Canadians there. And, Webber lays it back. Balkan back at the point. Can't get it to her at the moment. Finally, the pressure relieved for the Russian Federation. What can they make of it? Left it behind, did Porogova. Shot from point-blank range for Villeneuve. That was the best opportunity of the game, I think. Villeneuve one-on-one with Morozova. Keeper gave her nothing to look at. Pavlova pushes it high into the right. Boris. Quick turnover. And Fioret has to rush back in there. She gets to know the boards a bit better. Fioret back on her feet. Takes it up the middle. Boris couldn't secure it. And Russia through traffic here. And the shot from Pirogova. That was a slicing move from Pirogova. Shabanova. Vance is down, now she's up again. Needs to be quick with the puck caught up in the corner. Willoughby. She's up and away again. Line change for both. And we're 11:48 left in the second period. Where's this goal going to come from? They've both squandered opportunities, I think it's fair to say. Villeneuve with a terrific opportunity a couple of minutes ago. And McCann thought she had it in there. She's locked in against the boards now. 15, she can't do anything. Kadyrova squeezes it out. Stravatova. McCann clears it to centre ice. Russia gets set once more. Diagonally to the corner. Who wants to chase it in? Staravotova was there. 22. She's just looking for the loose puck. She's in to make the challenge. And now she needs to get on the skates because Canada's got another one-on-one. And Morozova. Berg with the shot. Well, the two best chances of the second period, undoubtedly, Canada's. Villeneuve and Berg. This is an inspired performance so far from the overwhelming underdogs, if I can put it that way. Crowd trying to lift the Russian Federation now. Where's this goal going to come from? Jupina. Down and up again quickly. Canada seems to have come into this match with a firm decision to match the Russian Federation physically. Up the middle. Horogova. Crashes into Vance. Bouchard. And Balkan. Shabanova has lobs it back in to the Russian attacking zone. Bouchard sees the open player there. Took advantage of the line change by the Russian Federation there. They were short at the back. Very smart play coming from the Canadians today. Crowd finds voice again. Pavlova. Still no. The goals were coming so easily to her last night. Not today. Pavlova. And Canada are on the march once more. This has got great pace about it. Another little line change. Likewise, Russian Federation. Villeneuve gets it back from Gentile. Weber plays it to the corner. Not much happening there for Canada, but there's Nuboris battling hard for it. She comes again, and she's 1-on-2, and the Russian Federation has it. But they're really having trouble getting out of that defensive zone. Sticks on it all the time. There's a good example. Villeneuve after it. The shot. Villeneuve in there for the scraps. Van Verenberg sent it in the first time, and still they can't clear. This is a sterling performance from Canada. Really surprised how resolute they are in defence. There's nearly another tap in from Nuboris. Russian Federation under all sorts of pressure. They just cannot keep possession at the moment. Now they've freed up the shot for Storeva. Can't do it. 7 minutes left and a bit in the second period. Shot just wide. Morozova under all sorts of pressure here. Players down in the crease. It's a mad scramble out there. Bouchard looking for it. Bouchard was out of feet. It's gone. It's picked up by Potagova. This is crazy hockey. Worthy of a gold medal game, and that's what we got. Fioret back in defence. Balkan trying to help out now. Comes in and steals it away from the scrap on the boards, and she's brought to her knees. Up she gets, though, nice and quick, and helps relieve the situation for Canada. There'll be some exhausted players out there. Big hit on one of the Russian players. It's waved off, no penalty. Big line changes everywhere. The players have got to be exhausted. Dodelin brings it up for Canada, and the big defender just backs off now. Ganyeva chases to the corner, but she's not there first. Oh, another big collision. Face to face. Officials rule nothing on it. There'll be some tired, sore bodies at the end of this one. Jupina does a swivel, comes away without the puck. Player dives into the net. And who is that? That's Villeneuve crashing into the goal. Well, let's just take a deep breath. That was madness. Dobrodeyeva also. And then Anna Kulishova is being sent to the box. So this is interesting. Total shots now 26-21. Remember, it was 20-11 at the end of the first period. So 10-6 in the second. And Canada getting much more even share of the play in offense. Yeah, Kalisheva is going to sit the next 2 minutes out, unless, of course, there's a goal by the Canadians. This was Berg.
месье, это достается вам. И сейчас пятая трибуна, 6-я, 7-я, 8-я. Давайте пошли!
Okay, we're ready to resume the battle. I did go to the pool match between these two teams, which the Russian Federation won 4-2. Canada had a power play late in the third period in that game and did not even get a shot away. So good was the power play defense of the Russian Federation. What about now? As Bouchard dives at the puck. Bouchard up and at him, fires it across the goal, comes off the official in that corner, and Stanwood swings them back into attack. Nice interception effected there by Dergacheva in the first instance, and soaking up the seconds, using the boards. Dergacheva in the sandwich there, and Forfar comes away. Forfar looks around, wrap around, not effective. Shotkina just lobs it down the ice. Dergacheva, and the short-handed attempt. Would have been an inspiring goal for the Russian Federation. They're just being put off their best here. Shot that time coming in the first time from Berg, and still around the goal. Canadians claiming something. Stratman gets up. Face full of ice, I think. Morozova. Willoughby, Stratman, Provorova down as well. There's the puck under the body now, and trying to finish it off was Gentile. Just about everybody was around the crease in the end. 18 seconds left on the power play for Canada. Fired through the traffic. Vulcan rounds it up, sends it again. And they're back to full strength now, the Russian Federation. Shabanova back to pick it up for Russia. Bobs it back to the center. Nicely collected. Dergacheva leaves it behind her. Shotkina across the goal. Stareva there leaves it. Just a couple of wrong options being exercised there. And Van Verenberg takes it up. Shot blocked. Villeneuve had it again. Morozova certainly knows she's in a game. The puck coming at her from the Canadian sticks very regularly. Plenty of action at the other end too, but Canada have won this second period, even if it's not reflected in the scoreline. They've been superb. 2.5 to go in the second. Still no goals in the golden game, if you like. It's the gold medal up for grabs. Might we be forced to overtime like we were in the bronze medal game? And Japan only needed a few seconds of it to settle the issue. A long way from that, but where's the goal going to come from? Fired in by Gentile. Ganyeva shuffles it away. Back it comes. Canada looking to make a line change, so not too much pressure on the outlet. Dodelin picks it up. Pavlova. Oh, good pass. Left behind her, though. Timofeyeva couldn't control it, and she's off to the bench. Bouchard. Russia got back in enough numbers. Dupina crushed against the board, loses the puck. Canada with another chance. And played across by Willoughby. Not so much a shot as a cross, and Van Verenberg stick on the ice. Russian player picks it up. Kulisheva. And has a little hack at the disappearing Villeneuve. In possession now for Canada. Villeneuve away from a couple. Villeneuve on the angle in towards Morozova, and then crashed into the boards. Gets up exhausted. She'll be looking for some relief, and that's where she goes, Villeneuve. She's been replaced. Oh, a big turnover here. Van Verenberg. Save Morozova. And Verenberg will think that she really should have put that one away. What a soft turnover. This is happening way too often from the Russian Federation's point of view. Morozova, well, in fairness, it was hit straight at her. Van Verenberg, no. You know, at least make the keeper move. Would be a message out of that, I would have thought. Anyway, we stay somehow at 0-0 in the gold medal game. Shopkina. And that is the end of the period. Well, what an amazing game. It's not being played out as expected. Hot favourites, the Russian Federation, cannot find the goal. Timofeyeva, we've just got to stay patient and believe it will come. But Canada, their self-belief has got to be sky high after really dominating that second period. We've got no goals. We've got a great game, though. Well, let's take a moment to consider what's happened and what's ahead of us. We've got a very exciting 20 minutes. The Canadians are thrilled to be in touch with the red-hot favourites, and now they actually lead on shots, 28-27. Face-offs 12-10 to the Russian Federation. Nobody scored, obviously, on the short-handed opportunities. No doubt Canada won that second period. The shots in the first period were 20-11 to Russia. Canada done a great job. They dominated that second period. You know, the Russian Federation scoring an average of 9 goals a game. They got none so far.
Мы все из разных стран, но за нами одна огромная семья. У нас свои линейки отличных продуктов для спорта, здоровья и красоты. Центр разработок и современное производство. Нас знают в 65 странах мира. Становясь частью нашего бизнеса, тебя ждет экспертное обучение, хороший доход, правильная машина и много путешествий. Жизнь будет полна смысла. Присоединяйся к Siberia Dallas. Настоящая природа, настоящая наука. Для людей.
Well, it couldn't be a better stage for a gold medal game, all tied up after 2 periods. It's the Russian Federation and Canada. And a thought occurred to me just as we went to that second break that with the Russian Federation averaging 9 goals a game and unable to score so far in this one, you have to say that Canada is playing the game of their lives here. They actually dominated the shots on goal in that second period, 17-7, to move ahead 28-27 overall on that stat. Some of the action out of the game so far. So they're just about back out there now on the ice with a minute until the resumption. I think it would have been interesting to be in the change rooms listening to Alexander Budenikov and Alexei Chistyakov. The team of the Russian Federation would have been told in no uncertain terms they're going to have to find something in this last 20 minutes. I want to leave it to the risk of sudden death overtime. But Canada, they have been wonderful. Particularly Jessica Vance in goal. Can she do it for another 20 minutes? Well, their confidence will be good, Canada. Yes, the Winter Universiade has been a great experience. And I think Stacey Colarossi, coach for the Canadians, must be so proud of the effort they put in to leave themselves in contention after 2 periods, awaiting our first goal. Possession falls the way of the Russian Federation to start the third. Timofeeva bumps it up towards the corner, and Canadian defence plays it smart behind the goal. And Berg, who's had a couple of spells in the penalty area, left the team short-handed, but the way they've played out the penalties in defence, Canada, has been a feature of the game as well. Balkan just left it behind her. No problem, though, for the defence ultimately. Willoughby. Turnover, McCann. And Bouchard wasn't far away from putting a good shot on it. McCann still there. Bouchard. Shot blocked, and the second one, and Morozov has done well. 2 good saves in succession. And the puck is just flying at her. 22-year-old. Average age of the Russian Federation team is 21. National State University of Physical Education and Sport. She attends. A lot of the athletes like to study phys ed or sports science. Up and beyond centre ice, Gentile has it for the Canadians. Not for long. Nikolaeva helped along to the corner, and Russian Federation makes much a full line change there. Shabanova. And Starovoitova's going to stick on it maybe from Faubert to send it off direction. That shot coming at the other end quickly from Weber. I think both teams, if I was to make an observation slightly on the negative side, would be to say that their execution in front of goal's not been so good. I give full credit to the keepers and the goaltenders, but some of the shots could have been better directed. Absolutely surrounded there, Willoughby. Valiakova weaving away around the ice, and again not on target. As much looking for a rebound off the keeper, I think, as to try to find the net. Kadyrova. I watched her in the warm-up and her shooting was unbelievable, Kadyrova. 2 goals yesterday against the United States. She's barely had a look today. Oh, turnover. And Fofar. Morozova bats it away. Survive another serious challenge. The Russian defense is struggling. Kadyrova can't get a stick on it. This is great play. Berg plays it behind the goal. Berg picks it up again. Wobbly old puck. Berg and Morozova. Well, I'll be buying a drink for Morozova, the Russian team, if they get through this. Fofar loses the stick in the contact. So a few minutes gone in the final period. Canada still dominating. They've restarted where they left off at the end of the second. Oh, that was nearly a great chance for Canada. It still might be. It looked like it came off Derkachova. Stareva. And the puck squeezed back towards the back of the Canadian goal. Shabanova waits for it at the point. Can't get it to her yet. Canada are just out muscling the Russian Federation at the moment. They're not backing away from any challenge. Jupina. Well, she skates away, thinking that was nearly it. Jupina has been at the bottom of a really heavy challenge, just barely got to her feet. Advances there, takes control of the puck. Morogova looks up, trying to look for an open channel, and sticks flying. You know, the offense is trying to obstruct the view of the keeper. The defense is trying to get in the way of the shot. And Vance drifted the right way. Shocking her down in a heap. That was earlier. Almost 5 gone in the third period. Shabanova, that pass across the ice. Another face-off win for the Russian Federation, but they can't keep possession for long. McCann. Made some fantastic interceptions as Canada. And there's another one there from Berg. Botova. Canada win that challenge too. Oh, losing a footing. Faliakova gets up quickly. And Ganyeva. Faliakova. And that one too high. Well, it took a deflection, to be fair. Face off in the attacking zone for the Russian Federation. Timofeyeva goes up as usual to take it when she's on. Nikolaeva plays it across. Not effectively controlled by Timofeyeva. Just the passes, I don't know, the work's just not as tidy. And sometimes you can't put your finger on why that is. The skills you had yesterday aren't quite there 100% today, even though you've done them tens of thousands of times. But this is what Canada's been able to achieve today, put the Russian Federation off their best game as they work it up to centre ice once more. Chance of a little breakaway here. Kadyrova. And Willoughby. Big sprint up the ice from Willoughby. Nice end-to-end stuff again. And the puck goes into the crowd. And so we can all just take a breath once more. So 13 and 7 seconds left in this third period of the gold medal game. Still, the Canadian defence, Kadyrova, I don't think she was on a preferred side there. And that one balloons into the crowd. Shots now 33-30, favouring Canada. Stanwood, 2 minutes. All right, 5 on 4. Well, I've ruled that as deliberate. Well, Colarossi, well, nods the head there, maybe not in agreement, but within the fact that what they're going to have to do now. And that is defend like they never have before. Well, they have a couple of times before. They've survived a couple of penalties already, Canada. Is this the moment of the game where the Russian Federation finally takes the expected control? But the numerical advantage. They've got the experience. Plenty of Olympians from last year. Plenty backing up from 2 years ago. Shoklin plays it to the middle, and the shot over the top from Stareva. Cut off by Shabanova once more. Shabanova getting in closer. Vance not troubled by that one. Playing it around at least with some precision this time. Shabanova. Gorgacheva's pass to the far side, a little wild. Shabanova off the boards. See if they can suck some defenders into the corner. No, they're not buying that, Canada. Oh, that shot might have taken a glancing blow off the frame. Gorgorova. Shabanova plays it quickly off to the side, but Vance has got it again. And the officials have to come in and settle things down. Shoklin walks away with a smile, but Still 32 seconds left on the power play. Horogova. Oh, it's actually off the glove, not the goal. So well done again, Vance. Russian Federation, good job keeping it in the zone. Ganyeva! Out of nothing, finally. Vance is beaten. And Liana Ganyeva finally finds a way to separate these two teams from Tatarstan. She will never have scored a more important goal than that one. Ganyeva took a chance from well out. Kadyrova was right there and was happy to see it go through and past to Ganyeva. Powerful shot, plenty on it. A little unsighted, of course, was Vance, but that's how it is when the shot comes from distance. And we have a lead. Finally, nearly halfway through the third period. And Ganyeva is just going to open the floodgates. Or what can Canada do in response? A most unexpected way for that goal to come. But Ganyeva maybe spotted a channel, backed herself, felt good over the shot and pulled the trigger. Stratman dueling at the top of the crease there with Ganyeva. They won't be feeling the cause as lost. Berg sends it towards the goal, nothing really on it. Weber doing a good job with Berg. And, Batalova taking her time. Time is now on the side of the Russian Federation. Ganyeva sends a high shot towards Canadian keeper. Vance had that one well caught. Nice, desperate, outstretched touch there from Villeneuve. Played to safety by Batisheva. One 0 will do it, of course, but it is a surprising scoreline to everyone, I think, that it's taken so long for such a small lead to be established. Russian Federation not out of trouble just yet, that's for sure. There's Nikolaeva plays it behind her. Nikolaeva got a chance here. Shakalin. Oh, Stareva nearly. Rogova. They're setting up more like the Russian Federation we've known over the past week or so. Scoring 55 goals in 6 games, but only 1 in this one. And it might be the most important. Shakalin has a shot. Vance is there with a left glove. Shakalin. Another one. Rogova. And a bit of a fight bubbling over there. Rogova heads away from the fracas. 9 minutes to go. There's some of the action around the goal mouth in the crease. Vance was probably beaten in a way we didn't expect. She'd been so solid, so physical, very, very confident, advancing towards shots. Stareva nearly had the second, and that would have perhaps put the match to bed. So 2 years ago, the final standings were Russia, Canada, USA, China, Japan, Kazakhstan and Great Britain. Well, Japan, courtesy of the bronze medal match victory, they get the bronze, so they've bumped the United States down a place from 2 years ago. Canada can't find an equaliser, and we're looking at the same top two. A much tougher affair. Kadyrova likes that angle. Berg on the diagonal. Batalova. Kulishova loses out in that contest. And Nuro Boris back towards the goal, but defence is there once more. They've conceded so few goals. They got both boxes ticked to the Russian Federation. They score plenty, they concede few, and 3 goals conceded in 6 games and nearly 7. 2 of the 3 they conceded were against Canada last Friday. The only other team to score against the Russian Federation was Japan in an 8-1 win for the Russian Federation. 7:54 left. Shokina allowed to advance. Shokina nearly worked the 1-2. Starova. Happy just to work it around. Soak up the seconds, retaining possession. Rodogova. As long as the puck is at this end, Russian Federation are on track. Back into the neutral zone. Players come out. Canada makes the change. Rodogova. Working with Dugacheva initially. Rodogova. Well-organised defence. Players in the corners. Pavlova's back on in 89. See if she can settle the issue. She gets a chance in front of goal. Kadyrova sniping away at Willoughby. Willoughby's done well though. No icing on that call. Gentile allowed to go. Here's the turnover though. Oh, Kadyrova, magic. Bit of work with a stick to catch the puck and take it all the way to the corner, but there's 3 waiting for her. And Canada inevitably come away with it, but Kadyrova puts the stick down and she gets it back. And he's got an unerring presence on the rink. Under 6 minutes to go now. And Stacey Colarossi just checks the clock. What's left? What can we do? Who do we play? Who's got the ability and the energy to create something for Canada? Jupiter is getting crashed into the boards. Berg leaves it behind. Jupiter once more. Thinks about the long shot. Kulishova working hard in here to try and create the turnover. Just about done that. Just needed some support. It wasn't there. 3 Russian players waiting back on the blue line. Half a mind on defense at this point as Berg knocks it down to the corner. She's playing a lone hand there, though. Cut off in front of the keeper. That was an interesting choice made by Provorova. She left Morozova unsided, but knew what she was doing. And played in by Labrie. Best moment of attack for Canada in the last few minutes. Storeva takes on Labrie. Wraps around looking for the open player. Can't find Pirogova. Villeneuve. Not much on that one. Needs a more powerful shot to get past Morozova. 4 to go. This is the gold medal game. Russian Federation and Canada. Krasnoyarsk crowd happy with the scoreline at the moment. They had to be very patient. Pavlova has put some pressure on, try to keep it down that end. But she was 1 against 3, and the puck spills out of play. Fresh troops on the ice for the Canadians. You've got to throw everything at the next 3 minutes 50. Try and force it to overtime. Try again on the face-off in the neutral zone. Timofeyeva there for the Russian Federation. Kadyrova waiting for her chance with the puck. Patalova, though. And then it was off the stick of Timofeyeva. Kadyrova loses balance in front of the goal. Skating quickly to get back in defence now. Berg pulls it back across the face. That was nearly a chance for Gentile to do something with it. Penalty coming here. And it'll be against the Canadians. So Weber heading to the cooler. Oh, this is terrible news for the Canadians, but she's tripped the player going past. Weber hangs ahead, looks up at the scoreboard and the time left. And this is a real blow for the chances of the Canadians. Didn't look like there was much contact, but if there was enough for the trip. And that's how the officials saw it. And so Alexei Chistiakov, he's got the whiteboard out. He's got clear instructions about what to do with this power play. Yeah, it'll do his nerves a lot of good if they could just get the second goal. I'm sure a lot of the crowd feels the same. Yes, there are some Canadian supporters here, and they've been well entertained and very proud of their team. Time's running out, and the Canadians are short-handed. Dadova into the corner. Batalova. Really don't have to do anything here. They can just milk the clock. The shot is wide from Pavlova. Kadyrova fires one in. Vance at the second attempt takes it, and a Russian player sent to the deck. It was Kadyrova. She's never far away from the action or the conflict. Okay, change of line. Still a minute 28 on the power play. Kadyrova. Oh, whoa. That was Faubert. Just knew she was coming. Turned around and says, "You're not getting any closer to my goalkeeper." Looking after your mates, as we say. Puck caught in the corner. This doesn't suit Canada. I don't know where a short-handed goal is going to come from, but just missed it there. Did Oragova. Don't want to get caught betwixt and between the Russian Federation. Worried too much about defense. They go for the killer blow here. Still 50 on the power play. Oragova. Shabanova plays it into, it was van Varenberg. Players down. Comes out to Oragova. Russians venture out past the blue line again, as they must. Oragova waits for the new line to take shape. Kadyrova! Kadyrova could have done a little bit better there. Villeneuve. Solo effort from her. And Canada back at full strength for the last minute and 20 seconds. What can they do? Batalova. Allowed to keep possession a long time there, Batalova. Ganyeva. Whoops, that one's wobbled its way through outer space. Back into the rink here at Krasnoyarsk. Took a big deflection. .63 seconds for the Russian Federation to see this home and secure the gold medal. Face off at the Canadian end. Batalova. Canadian fans looking for something special. Needs a miracle from here. Timofeyeva wins the face-off. Kadyrova. Shot rebounds, comes out to Batalova, intercepts it, keeps it away from Berg. Batalova. 45 seconds left. Canadians all but done here. It's got to go to the face-off now. I think the keeper wanted to set her players in motion, but that was too risky for Vance. Well, that had to be made. Batalova did well. Berg was free otherwise. Top buttons undone now for the nervous Alexei Chistiakov. He's a coach last year in Pyeongchang and 2 years ago in Kazakhstan. So he's been with a lot of these players. 11 backing up from the Winter Olympics last year and 12 indeed from 2 years ago. For Canada, Stacey Colarossi, can she pull something out of the hat? Can her players win the face-off and go from there? Full house at Arena Sever. Shokina. Now Canada have it, but only briefly. Berg. Under half a minute. One shot might be all they need. Berg. Take. Oh, no. What's happened? Oh, offside call.
Left-hand shot. Push that way. Yeah. Left-hand shot. Take the shot. We don't have the left TV.
Berg thought she was away. The whistle had gone. A little slow to hear it. Well, 15 seconds. And the empty net, and they score. They took the keeper off, of course. And I think it was Stareva who settled it. Well, indeed it was. What choice did Canada have but to empty the net? Stareva palmed it down. And from, well, halfway, really, smack in the middle of the Canadian goal, and that will be that. With 11 seconds left, Stariova has done it. Oh, but it took some doing. And the crowd counting it down. And up they go. They're all on their feet at the Arena Seva. Oh, what a nervous match that was. And the look on Alexei Chistiakov's face tells you that was hard work, because Canada provided mighty opposition today, and really we must applaud them. They've gone down by a couple, but the empty net goal at the end perhaps flatters the Russian Federation. They've got the job done, though. Sometimes you win a little ugly, and that's been the case for the Russian Federation today. They just romped through their pool matches, hottest of favourites to win their semi-final, and they did that 10-0. What was the score going to be against Canada? Well, Canada had other ideas, and we thank them for their effort and the way they played, and the spirit in which they played, and the feistiness with which they played. But again, the Russian Federation just too good. Great game, and we got the medal presentation just a few minutes away. We'll look forward to that. I'm sure most of the crowd will stay for that. They'll love to see it happen. 42-54 the shots in the end, so the Russian Federation really improved late in the game after they were down on that stat by 1 after 2 periods. And the face-offs pretty decisive in favour of the Russian Federation, 28-15. Look at, again, some of the action out of this incredible last game of the women's hockey program. So the empty net goal, the last of the action really in that game, and a few players like Caitlin Willoughby devastated that they didn't quite get across the line. But I hope that she's comforted by the silver medal that is coming her way. They put up a tremendous fight. We got a game worthy of the gold medal match, that's for sure.
Это наша зима.
So the scene set for the medal presentation.
Дамы и господа, начинается церемония награждения призеров и победителей турнира по
Or at least
хоккею
victory
шайбой
ceremony.
в рамках 29-й Всемирной зимней универсиады в Красноярске.
It's being done with some
We start the award
pomp
ceremony.
and ceremony.
And medalists of the women's
Yes.
ice hockey tournament of the 29th
A lot of medals and mascots need to be gathered for this.
19.
Over 60 players involved.
Медали вручает член исполнительного комитета ФИСУ Пенина Кабенге Олеговеса. The medals will be presented by Executive Committee Member FISU Penina Kabenge Олеговеса. Член исполнительного комитета ФИСУ Кайрис Ульп. Executive Committee Member FISU Кайрис Ульп. Талисманы вручают заместитель председателя правительства Российской Федерации Ольга Голодец. The mascots will be presented by Deputy Prime Minister of the Russian Federation Ольга Голодец. Министр спорта Российской Федерации Павел Колобков. Minister of Sport of the Russian Federation Павел Колобков. Бронзовыми медалями за третье место по хоккею шайбой награждается команда...
So Japan being invited over to receive their bronze medals. They played an absolute thriller earlier today against the United States. It was 1-1 as we went to overtime, but they didn't need much of that overtime. Yoshihiro Enomoto settled the issue. They had some real star players today. Chika Otaki, and shirt number 11 has been a crowd favourite right through the tournament. Seven goals, and Miyazaki picking up one today. And they've worked out a fairly efficient way to get through this big presentation. A few players confused. There's 10 Ota. And Shiori Kosuga, a tall defender. 169 centimetres, tall at least for this team. And Yulaka, the mascot, being handed out about two at a time. They've got a bit of a system here, so that's the way it should be done. And Yujiro Kasahara, head coach for Japan, assisted by Joe Araya. Well done, Japan. Lost their semi-final to Canada, but came out and won the bronze medal game, so lifted their position at the Universiade Winter Games by 2 spots, from 5th to 3rd. Japan moved past the Canadian team disappointment still on the faces of these players. A smile or two here and there from the likes of Stanwood there, 16. Trying to bear up. But, they had their sights set on the big prize, but it goes to the Russian Federation today. Puts me in mind of the way gymnastics medal presentations happen. The gymnasts always congratulate each other on the podium, which is a nice touch.
Дамы и господа, еще раз приветствуем серебряными медалями за второе место. Награждается команда Канады. Silver medalist, Team Canada.
And Canada not quite sure of the process now. Looks like they're going to move along and shake the hands of the Russian Federation first, then come up and get their medals and mascots. Quite a few of the Canadian families have come across. I've talked to a couple of them. They've had a lovely time in Krasnoyarsk. Can't speak highly enough of the hospitality here in this lovely city. And the Canadians come over. Canada beat China 10-0, Japan 4-0, the USA 1-0, Switzerland 8-2, lost to the Russian Federation 4-2, and then of course in today's gold medal match. (2-0) final score. Alish Fofar in 27th, 3 there is Leah Balkan. And Melody Bouchard, great player for Canada right through the tournament. Annie Berg had a big game today. Cassidy Noboris, there's number 7. And 11 is Cassandra Labrie. Feels like the system has broken down slightly on the presentation of the mascots and medals, but we're almost through. Down to the support team now for Canada. I think some heartfelt congratulations being offered there to this courageous Canadian team to get as close as they did for as long as they did. I do hope that when the sun comes up tomorrow, they'll realise they've done something pretty special in collecting second place at the 29th Winter Universiade. And the moment many of the fans here have been waiting for, the introduction of the Russian team. Canadians skate back to position. First of all, warm applause from a very fair-minded crowd at Arena Seva. I don't think any Canadian fan here is disappointed in the effort offered today by their team. They've been wonderful.
Обладателем золотых медалей становится команда Российской Федерации.
And the Russian team comes forward, led by Anna Shabanova, first through. And Nina Pirogova in 13. Another great match from her. Elena Starovoitova Kuleshova. Finally get to see what they look like with their helmets off. Well, Pavlova, one of the crowd favourites here, Valeria Pavlova. 10 goals in the tournament she had. Dragachova today was solid. Dupina took a couple of big hits towards the end. Shokina. .42 there, Oksana Batisheva. Those medals are pretty substantial, aren't they? And they feel pretty good in the hand, I think, for the victors. Shtareva, who scored the empty net goal, that really put the issue beyond any doubt. Almost looks like the Russian team are comparing medals and mascots. I think they're all the same. Russian sports minister handing out the medals. Mr. Kolokov. Maria Batalova had to produce a lot of Ulaikas. They're still very popular around the souvenir shops as a memento to take away from these games. Nadezhda Morozova, what a game she had as goalkeeper for the Russian Federation. And Alexei Chistyakov pressure's off finally, and Alexander Vedinakov. They were feeling it today. There was one tough win to secure. Now they can smile. But they've seen enough of hockey to know that it doesn't always come just because you expect it. Chant of congratulations goes up once more from the fans, not many of whom have left. They wanted to soak in every moment.
Дамы и господа, в честь команды победительницы звучит гимн ФИСУ. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the FISU anthem.
Oh,
Well, the Gaudiamus lyrics celebrate being young, being a university student, and they will celebrate, I'm sure, long into the evening, the Russian Federation team. And I hope that the Canadians, as disappointed as they look, will quickly turn that around and realise they've had a great experience and done themselves proud here in Krasnoyarsk. Likewise, the Japanese team, who were thrilled to get their bronze medal victory over the United States today. And that confirms the placings for you. Gold to the Russian Federation in the women's hockey, silver to Canada, bronze to Japan. Been a pleasure to bring you the action for the last couple of days. That's all for the women's ice hockey, of course, and just one day of competition left in Krasnoyarsk, and closing ceremony to come too. So the defence of the title from 2 years ago, successful. I don't think the players want to leave the rink and happily stay and listen to this applause for as long as the crowd wants to give it. But we're just about done here at Arena Seva for the Universiade of 2019. Photos, of course, to be taken. Here's a few moments from the day's action. So do hope you've enjoyed it. This squad will enjoy it for a little bit longer, that's for sure. And the women's ice hockey program draws to a close. Hope to have your company again in the next day or so while we wrap up this Universiade from Krasnoyarsk. That's about all we have for you there now from Arena Seva.
Сегодняшний день был удачным. Что скажете, коллеги?
всем тем, кто с самого начала был вместе с женским хоккеем. Это было здорово. Вначале была у нас маленькая площадка, но потом мы приехали на арену севера, и действительно мощно. Это здорово. До этого у нас было всего 204 посадочных мест. Да, будет что вспомнить, будет на чем посмеяться. Да, тоже здорово, а здесь здорово, классно. Я не знаю, я бы хотел повторить все то, что прошло у нас здесь.
So, ladies and gentlemen, when you go home, don't forget about Russian hospitality. Don't forget about the cold, green winter and warm Russian bars. Thank you very much for being here with us.
Right? I know. Yeah. This mix zone is very small. Usually it's like 3 of these.